what's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. Today, by the way, it's Jason Lipoff. Today is going to be part 2 of your new coach training for success, new Team Beachbody coach training. One of the best network marketing companies that I know of and that Brooke and I have ever been involved in, and just absolutely love the mission. So let's go ahead and let's move on to step 2. So, yeah, in part 1, we talked about getting your mindset right. 300,000 coaches, the majority have no idea what it means to be a coach. They think that it's just this hobby, which is okay, that they just kind of incorporate into their daily lives. If you treat it like a hobby, it pays like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it pays like a business. But also, there's no sustainability. You won't keep doing it if you treat it like a hobby. The reason why is because we lead busy lives. And when you start incorporating something where the only way to actually succeed is by diving in and learning and actually seeking out, inviting people into this opportunity and sharing and inviting over and over and over again, and you're gonna get a lot of no's, people that aren't interested, but that's what we do. We need to find out, we need to ask questions of people, we need to find out what people's needs are. And unless you've got the confidence in knowing the products, knowing what we stand for backwards and forwards, then you won't have the confidence in your voice. And so people aren't going to believe whatever it is that you're doing. They're going to think that like it's any other, let's say you go from network marketing company, over and over and over again, or you're go from job to job or selling this, selling that. Why should people believe? I mean, it's like Peter cry wolf. So, being a before and after, being a product of the product is not enough. You've got to consistently be growing and getting confidence and assessing yourself every week of what it is that you want. And you'll know when you're really getting it. When I remember when Brooke and I looked at each other and we were starting to lose ourselves in Beachbody. And it almost, you almost have to take a step back because you become addicted to learning new things and learning and challenging and helping other people. It's a weird addiction, but you have to balance yourself out and make sure you give yourself time for yourself. And that's going to be in part 3. So the first thing is that you need to have a plan and commit to daily education in what this is a business. So you're training, but don't ever forget that. Have a plan. And don't rely on your sponsor, your upline, or anybody else, because it's all in the Coach Online office. It's in YouTube, and you don't need to be a genius. What do you need to know? I mean, what are the products? Shakeology is the recurring order product that helps change so many people's lives. Is a superfood shake that is second to none. How are you going to study it? There's 1,000 YouTube videos. There's a Shakeology YouTube channel. Go to shakeology.com/your username and know that website. That's one of your 3 websites that they give you. Know it backwards and forwards. Backwards and forwards. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens over months and months and months because you're sharing it so many times. And at the first you're not going to know. When people start asking you about fitness programs, or they're going to start asking you what's a challenge group or how to sign up people. So that's what using, whether it's the FAQs or whether it's using whether it's using your team page, whether it's going to YouTube or Google. There's a million ways to find all the information, but you got to remember it. Many of us have our day jobs. We feel like that's like our so many people are their day jobs, so they don't think every day, they just do. And so this is something where you actually have to think because you're learning something new. So you have to get in that mindset. So as you're learning, you have to say to yourself, I am giving this. Give yourself a certain amount of time that you are dedicating yourself to immersing yourself in learning this business. I recommend at least 6 months. Brooke and I give ourselves a year. We're like, we have full-time jobs, we're totally busy, but we think this is pretty cool, more than the discount of the products. And so we gave ourselves 1 year. It was a non-negotiable, regardless of how hard it became, of how confused we are. And Brooke and I didn't have any uplines. We had to seek out Wayne Wyatt, Josh Spencer, all these, before we knew them, we just seek them out and just started messaging people because we didn't know anybody. And they all tell you the same thing, that it's you that determines the success. If you fail, it's your fault. Succeed, it's up to you. So it's important that you give yourself a timeline. So you become a student again, and then you give yourself a timeline along with that, and it's non-negotiable. So when you're listening to this, after you listen to this, I want you to pick a date, and I want you to message your sponsor, and I want you to tell them that I just listened to video 2, Jason's video, and regardless of any, if you're on Team Next Level, Team Rip, whatever, I want you to do that, and I want you to tell them, I need you to hold me accountable if I start to fall off. Because if you want this, and you want this to be something that can really give you freedom in your mind, if you write down a time, if you write down a date, at least that is like a non-negotiable. So you become a student again, and it becomes non-negotiable. Now the third thing is that I'm going to talk about here is you have to establish short-term goals in your first 30 days. Yes, I have all my coaches become apprentice coaches for the first 30 days. And it's so important, because that way the pressure's off them knowing how to do it, because they follow me. And then for the second month, whether they do a paid challenge or they do a free challenge, then they're going to do it, and I'm going to watch over them. But I'm going to be on them those first 30 days and make sure that they're engaging, make sure that they are dedicating themselves to personal development. I've got all my new coaches, they're all listening or reading The Compound Effect, or there's a couple other books like by Brian Tracy that we really like No Excuses, or Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life, things like that. But they're dedicating themselves to the 3 vital behaviors every single day. If you're a new coach and you're not doing the 3 vital behaviors every day, they also have a plan of inviting people every single day. They've got their follow-up tracker. If you're listening to this and you don't have your follow-up tracker, make sure that you have downloaded it, and make sure you have your contact list, and make sure you're writing down all the people that you are inviting every day. You could have a bunch of no's. You could have 50 no's over the next couple days. The point is that you're doing it, and you're getting experience with how many times people are telling you that they're not interested. And then you contact your sponsor, and they'll tell you, what are you doing wrong? So how do you establish goals in those first 30 days? You have to achieve success. The first thing is Success Club. That is easy, because I work with all my apprentice coaches. I have them create a contact list, a warm market of friends and family that they feel may want to go on this journey with them, or may be interested in helping change their life for health and fitness. Their job is to find 2 to 3 people out of all the people that they know. Success Club, done, non-negotiable. The other thing, first 30 days. Rank advancement is very important those first 30 days. I will go into more detail on the first rank on Emerald, but I will just touch on it, that Brooke and I became Emerald coaches within the first week before we knew what the heck we were doing, because simply put, we listened to Josh Spencer and Wayne Wyatt, and this was like one of Josh's videos well before we knew him. And they said, you don't need to know why, but if you're going to treat this like a business, then you need to sign up 2 people as soon as possible. And one of them has to be your spouse, significant other, and that needs to be on your weak leg. And if you don't know what that is, contact your sponsor. They'll discuss that with you. And then what you are going to do is you're going to purchase a challenge pack through your signing up your spouse or your fiance, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. That will get you 2 Success Club points, and you will get the commission on it, and so you get a discount on that. But then you find one more person that will want to take the journey with you. So you've got 2 people underneath you. Now you're eligible for what's called cycle bonuses and banking volume, because the way that we make money is 2 ways: on commissions, on direct commissions. The chumps in this business and in this world stay in an employee mindset, and what they do is they maximize their Success Club points, meaning they sell challenge packs and fitness programs and all these products, and they waste all their time doing that, and they don't recruit coaches or distributors to build the business. And that is why we do network marketing. It's why network marketing is one of the most financially beneficial ways to actually earn residual income that I know of, period. So it is extremely important that you understand that residual income through cycle bonuses. And again, if you don't know what cycle bonuses are, look it up on YouTube. The Team Beachbody channel has compensation plans and cycle bonuses. So read about that. But basically, you earn income based on the volume produced every week on your whole downline. Your downline are all the coaches that either you sign up or any of your coaches sign up or anybody above you when they sign up coaches underneath you. And so everybody benefits from everybody, as opposed to like a regular corporate structure where if I'm a manager and I have a job to train a new trainee, like I don't want to train him that well, because if let's say he does better than me, he could actually take my job. We all have a vested interest in helping each other. That's what's so amazing about network marketing. And then when you combine that with a product that is like Beachbody, where it is so in tune with what one of the main problems with this world is, with obesity, not eating right and healthy. It's why people aren't happy and why people are having such a tough time with life, and why kids don't even have a fighting chance. So when you combine those two, this is not a lotion. This is creating an environment that empowers people, and through wealth, through creating this income, you create freedom and opportunity. So when you are, and of course I'm going off on tangents again, but let me end with this, is that what becoming an Emerald coach allows you to do, and you have 2 coaches underneath you that are active, you start banking all the volume. So even if you can't utilize it every week, you start earning volume that starts underneath you. And even if you can't use it, it will start banking. So when you start building up your weak leg, you will start cycling more. Some of you guys are going to get confused, but basically that's one reason why you get Emerald as soon as possible. The second reason is just for recognition. Because when you're starting to build and recommending things to people, and now you're an Emerald coach, guess what? I mean, it was like me. I didn't know what the heck I was doing after 1 week, but because I was, it was like I felt proud that I was an Emerald coach, even though I didn't know what it was. But it forced me to go to the next step and keep building. So that's the second reason. The third is probably the most important, no question about it, is that you sign up your spouse as soon as possible, because when you keep building your team and you become what's called a 2-star diamond, you're gonna put your second business center, which is a clone of you. You're able to open up another business on the weak leg of your spouse. Again, don't get confused here, but basically what it means is you're gonna be able to double up and then triple and quadruple on your income by placing somebody that is in your family line. And you are also able to, some people, like for instance, Brooke and myself, we both work the business. For some of you guys, you're gonna sign up your spouse and they have no interest in working the business. That's okay. You're able to run up to 2 businesses besides yourself. And you can collect the paychecks. They'll collect they'll get the 1099 at the end of the year for taxes, but you're able to run their business for them. And they don't need to know why, but it's a smart business decision. And I'd be happy to go over that with any spouse. The other thing is that after you obtain your Success Club 5 or 10 for the month, and for samples and everything, all that volume will go through your spouse. So you will start to cycle, because you start to cycle at $14, $16, $18 per cycle. And I'm not gonna go to the calculations now, but you will start to cycle and get more money back just by running volume through your spouse's business center. They do not need to be on Shakeology. The minimum is 50 personal volume. So there's other products that they can get, or they can sell 50 personal volume to stay active. However, I recommend the smart thing to do is to keep them on Shakeology and have them get samples. So if you have them get samples, then 24 samples a month or whatever, you're able to do Shakeology, shake and shares, which are events to build exposure, and to send out samples every month. The return on investment on samples is ridiculous. It costs you, what, $97.49 to get a box. Some people go, oh, I don't have to spend that money. When you have the mindset that this is a business, it is nothing compared to your ability to expand. You'll have some people that'll tell you about Shakeology samples and be like, well, nobody's interested. It's because you're not asking the right questions before you send out the samples. And we'll go over that with you maybe in step 3. But the second thing is that you need to be goal-oriented, okay? So let's review. So the 3 things that you need to do in your first 30 days, now that you are the best challenger possible, is you need to immerse yourself and you need to be a student. Every single day, have a plan. What book are you reading? What are you listening to? Shakeology, you gotta know everything about those fitness programs. It just helps your passion. Get on, sign up for a YouTube channel and start just rock and firing private video diaries about your little experience, about this new struggling experience about Team Beachbody that maybe nobody will see, but you just start getting used to being in front of the camera, speaking for yourself. Number 2, create a date that you've dedicated that you are going to give this 100%. I recommend at least 6 months. Brooke and I give ourselves a year, and you tell your sponsor or coach, this is my date. If you do that, almost 100% of the people, they just rock this out of the park because they've written it down and they've written down that goal. Third thing is that you've got Success Club. You need to get to Emerald as soon as possible. It's a smart business decision. It's how you build your business, even before you know what you're doing. First 30 days, you get to Emerald, you rock and roll, and then you start building. People are gonna start wanting to know what you're doing. In the next video, so stay tuned, we're really gonna start to talk about how do you be a leader, even within your first 30 days? How do you rock the heck out of this? There's a reason why Brooke and myself, how we have a team of approaching 1,000 coaches in a year and a half, and I'm still a full-time board-certified pediatric dentist, and Brooke has been a hygienist. And full-time we were able to just rock this out of the park with the passion, because we are creating freedom and absolute health and happiness for dozens and dozens of people every single day. See you guys in step 3. Have a good one.